So when these videos are posted, you won't know this unless I let you in on little inside secrets, but I've always been completely upfront with you guys, and I'm always going to continue to be completely upfront with you guys. That means that, technically speaking, I'm shooting this video on day 5, but this is day 4's video. So needless to say, we're going to talk about my experiences on day 4, and day 4 also equaled out to the last day I was going to be staying at Homewood Suites in Oxnard for the time being, because I'll be actually going back there at the end of this vacation because it makes sense, because it just makes sense. So that being said, I woke up, I had a good workout, I actually went on the elliptical again, I lifted weights, I did some cardio, I exercised a bit, stretched out, get ready for the day, and then I had breakfast, potato wedges, random, but it works for me. I got more of that Smart Start cereal, and I got some more blueberry muffins. I had another Celsius, and proceeded to start my day, and the day was all about going to Buena Park. And the reason why is because when the world shut down, it was time for me to really get enthused about being a roller coaster fanatic. So yes, I wanted to go into roller coaster fandom, and that's exactly what I did. I threw myself head first into the coaster parodies from Taylor and Dakota, and needless to say, I got really super excited about being able to be at this size, being able to ride these coasters again. And I set up a list that if I were to go to California, one of the main places I'd want to go would be Knott's Berry Farm. And it's celebrating its 100-year anniversary, hence the lanyard that I actually currently have. It's back there. So I want to talk about my day. But before we go there, we have to go in order. So first off, we had to get a shrug bag so I could carry stuff around, so we didn't have to worry about a locker. So what we did was, I went to Dick's Sporting Goods and got a nice little, very, very bright green Nike bag. So we got that. Went to Target so Troy could pick up some swim clothes because he completely forgot them. And then it was off to Knott's. We got to Knott's about 12:30. They didn't park us in the parking lot, didn't park us in their parking lot, didn't park us in their parking lot. No, they parked us in basically festival parking right across the theme park. So we were parking in grass, which I guess is really good for a Tesla. Anyway, there was a Porsche in the actual parking lot too, so that's a thing. So we walked over to the park, and about 12:40 we were through. Everything was good, great, grand, and wonderful, ready to go. And we went straight to Coaster's Drive-In for lunch because Troy has an all-day dining deal with his annual pass, and it didn't cost me much. So needless to say, I went to Coaster's Drive-In. Basically, it's their version of Mel's. Looks identical to Mel's. Very much reminded me so much of the 50s section of Dollywood, at least the Dollywood I knew back in the day, back in the long, long ago, in the way before times, before Lightning Rod was a thing. Needless to say, that was a long time since I've been take a shot. Take another shot, major PBR. It has been a long time since I have been to Dollywood, so I would not recognize it if I saw it now. But yeah, it's got that 50s feel to it. Dion and the Belmonts was playing. I enjoyed that greatly. The music was awesome. Get me hyper for the rest of the day. And I had chicken strips, which I've heard great things about Knott's chicken. It's nothing to mess with. It's actually really good. I enjoyed it a lot. It has a different kind of crunch, different kind of breading than most of the chicken strips I've had. It's not bargain brand basement chicken strips. No. It's not theme park chicken strips. No. It felt just like their fried chicken. And I've been told by numerous people, everybody raves about their fried chicken. Darren raves about their fried chicken, so I couldn't eat their fried chicken, but I could eat their chicken strips, and they were good. Shoestring fries, that was awesome. And then I introduced myself to Boysenberry Punch. There's a sip and snack video. Don't let it fool you. I did enjoy it throughout the day. Several things on the all-day drinking deal, so like every 15 minutes I can refill my souvenir cup, so I got that. And Boysenberry Punch to me kind of is like a berry, like extremely malty-berried lemonade. And I feel that Boysenberry was really good mixed with things. I started mixing it with Coke. I started mixing it with Diet Coke. I started mixing it with Coke Zero. I even mixed it with Fanta Orange at one time, and I actually liked it a lot more because of that. And later in the day, I actually was able to have some Boysenberry barbecue sauce, so that was good too. So it was time to ride rides. Troy had splurged for fast lane so we could have access to the rides a lot faster. And it was Sunday, so you never knew if the crowds were going to be there or not. And they were not. It was interesting. So yeah, I talked about to my guests all the time at Universal about taking the line like this and dropping it down like this. which I hope that's not the thumbnail because that's going to look really weird on camera. That being said, so yeah, that was my first ride and my first coaster. I'm knocking out 9 credits on Knott's Berry Farm was Accelerator. Launch coaster, very familiar like Velocicoaster, just shoots us off right into a top hat, crests over the top. It's nice, smooth ride, really good acceleration, pun not intended. I very much enjoyed it. Solid. Then we went over to Hang Time. Hang Time, of course, a Gerschlauer Eurofighter, just like saw the ride. Something I've been wanting to ride for a while. Basically, it's funny because with a lot of the Knott's coasters, I compared them to other things. Hang Time, for me, it's got the lift hill of Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. So I'm obviously going to dumb myself down a little bit on this because for me, I haven't rode all the world-class coasters a lot of people watching these videos have. So I can say it starts out like Rocket, so you're on your back, you're going up the lift hill. When you crest over the top, you kind of move out a little bit, and it reminds you and holds you kind of like Shikra. And then the next thing you know, you go beyond vertical, and then it turns into Cannibal at Lagoon in Utah. So I'm like, yes, this is awesome. Hang Time was amazing. Absolutely loved it. First beyond vertical drop, I definitely enjoyed it. I was not expecting it would hang you out for the long time, and then they kind of hang you out a little bit longer to build your anticipation. And the next thing you know, it's like, whoop, and boom, done the party. And then it zooms. I really enjoyed it. Not as fast going through loopses or any sort of corkscrews or any sort of upside down elements as I thought it would be. But yeah, it was great. Solid ride. Loved every second of it. Went over to Knott's Berry Farm's Return to the Fair. Knott's Berry Tales, take a shot. Knott's Berry Tales Return to the Fair. The aesthetic very much reminding me of Some Chocolate Emporium, which is actually coming to this West Coast very soon. Shooter attraction. It's take the guns of Buzz Lightyear here on the West Coast, mix them with the pull cords of Toy Story Midway Mania, and you create a very weird story where you're like shooting pies and people. It's just very bizarre. Did not do very good on it. I don't like the mechanism. Like, for example, the gun is fine, but again, I hope it's not the thumbnail. You take your fingers and of course you pull like you would in Toy Story Mania, but it's just awkward. It was easy to hold the gun, but I wish I could like hold it down like a button instead of having to pull the cord. So it's like, it's going to give you an upper body workout, just like web slingers, which I'll be able to experience again. And just a little bit, actually not very long from now, because technically speaking, it is Monday, even though this video was for Sunday. So yeah, then we go to Pony Express, very interesting. Family coaster, basically, take Flight of the Hippogriff, but give it the weird, like, Tron-style, Flight of Passage style, like, restraints. So you're basically literally riding a horse. So it is a literal version of the same carnival game you've seen over and over again. You know, the horse is trying to go through the horse race, and, like, you're shooting the balloons or water guns or anything you like to do. Just basically, you're shooting the water through the target. Oh, that's how it works at Dinerland at Animal Kingdom. But yeah, and it's like making the balloon and then like make your horsey go. Well, technically speaking, it goes around and everything, and you have to ride it like this. So you're literally riding a horse on a roller coaster vehicle. There's not many like it in the world. There's a reason for that. It's fine. I haven't rode a wooden coaster in a long time outside of Disney, and it was nice to finally ride Ghost Rider. Super awesome ride. It ride kicks. Oh my God. So good. Really, really like nice, like beat you up type wooden coaster. I love like multiple helixes. It was great. It was really forceful, really fast. I really enjoyed it. And it's definitely one of my favorite coasters I've ever been on, to say the least. We did Calico Mine Ride, which is a really cool old-timey dark ride. Really nice. Kind of like, I don't remember the name off the top of my head. Like, that's not Burning Mine. That's not the word. But yeah, another Dollywood connection, which I probably should make a Silver Dollar City connection, because when it comes down to it, it's all Western themed. I mean, that's what I'm noticing. It's like an old-timey ghost town for the entire park. I really enjoyed it. It was a really cool dark ride. It's nice. You're sitting in these like boxed, like literal box car, like train box car, where you have seats on opposite sides. It was nice being able to check out everything. Did Silver Bullet. Thank you, B&M. I love Bolliger and Mabillard. Always have ever since my first trip to Cedar Point. And you know what Bolliger and Mabillard brought us? Basically, if you've never rode it before, it would probably be something you probably else have rode. But for me, it was a 100% Raptor clone. It was nice going back home again, and it literally felt identical to Raptor. I loved every second of it. Silver Bullet was fantastic. So, Montezuma's Revenge is actually closing really soon. So before we did that, we had dinner, and I got to have that, like I said, the boysenberry barbecue sauce. Got to have more potato wedges, because I guess carbs was a theme of the day. I had their pepperoni pizza. It was all right. So I got more boysenberry punch, and then we headed off to Montezuma's Revenge. Like I said, this was their last day of operation before they're going down for a lengthy refurbishment. Nice shuttle coaster. It was fine. It basically just did the loop ski right away, and then it went backwards up a spike, and then it's nice and fast. I'll give it that. It's fine. It's okay ride. Then did Jaguar. Jaguar's a decent ride. Another like decently fast like family coaster. And then we went to Sierra Sidewinder, which kind of reminded me a bit of, Troy mentioned Crush's Go Coaster, which is something that was really cool to me. But another thing that was mentioned was the fact that, I'm just reading here, did I? Yeah, I skipped over it. I'll mention it in a minute. So I look at my list here. Sidewinder is kind of like the Time Traveler, going back to Silver Dollar City, like Time Traveler type, like Primeval Hurl style, like trains, spins around. Reminded me a lot of Cobra's Curse, actually. So I thought that was kind of cool. Really like Sierra Sidewinder. That was a solid ride. And earlier I mentioned that I didn't mention Coast Rider. I did Coast Rider. It was a Wild Mouse. It was fine. I liked it. Rode it by myself. Troy was like taking some time to like relax a little bit, and so I rode the ride. It was all right. Decent. We did our supercharge with the Tesla, and then somehow, some way, ended up back here at the Disneyland Hotel. Checked in, was, I can't say seamless. It was seamless, but it was kind of like I had to take care of some business. Got some reservation switch for Disney from Disneyland to DCA, because I'm liking spending more time in California Adventure in the actual Disneyland park. Who knew? Anyway, came up to the room, got ready, shot the video. I actually messed up for the first time on camera in a while, so I actually forgot to film that side of the room, like the bathroom in the room. So I had to do an addendum. So that video is going to have to be posted as a two-parter, which technically speaking, I'm going to have to just edit it together. Basically just push the videos together on YouTube like I like to do. And I got lots of content coming. Apparently last night there was a really good Golden Globes podcast with AJ and Ashley. They got to go live during the entire show and do like a blow-by-blow. So that sounds kind of cool. So check that out. It's got over 100 views now. So if you want to watch that, you can. And that leads us to now. So yeah, that was your day. I woke up in Oxnard and ended up in Anaheim. So that's just what happens. That's your video for today. I'm about ready to go out to Disney's California Adventure after I have me a little small breakfast. And then hopefully more good things are coming. Like I said, still waiting and still hoping for the best. That being said, I want to thank you guys and girls out there for watching. And until tomorrow, boys and girls, that's all I got to say about that.